Hello and welcome to Manika IS. Today we'll be reading about India and Maldives relations, which is a part of your General Studies Paper 2 in UPSC CSE examination under the heading of International Relations. So, before we actually get into their ties, we must know certain basic facts about the country Maldives in order to understand its strategic, geographical, and commercial importance with respect to India and vice versa. So, if we see in this map, we can easily figure out that Maldives is located in the Indian Ocean, south of India, right? With Male being its commercial and political capital, right? So, as we see that its location is somewhere in the equatorial region, so the geographical features of both the countries are somewhat similar and their interest thus coincide in that particular front, right? So, let's move on and get to know more about Maldives. So basically, it is of a strategical importance. See, it is located in Indian Ocean, right? Now, this is an area where India is one of the biggest uh, power, we could say, or a player, we could say. But at the same time, there is China, which is trying to enhance its presence in India's neighborhood in order to decrease the impact of India in the neighboring countries. So, on that front, when China is trying to make it footmarks, India's relation with its neighborhood, especially these countries, became more so important, and thus these countries developed strategic importance for India, right? So, if you see the geography of Maldives, it has approximately 1100 low lying islands, right? Which make it more prone to disaster as the climate change is there. With every year, every day going by, the threat of disaster increase, and there are reports that some of the Maldivian islands are on the verge of extinction or submersion under the water as well, which makes India's importance in India's importance in Maldives a crucial factor, right? So if you see its economic presence of Maldives, see from where does Maldives derive its economics? It derives its economic from two sectors. One is fisheries and other is tourism. So these two sectors together contribute to Maldives 40% of GDP, and if you calculate indirect economy, it is even more than that, right? So we could figure out the presence of tourism and the relevance of tourism in Maldives by a simple fact that they have converted approximately 150 islands into resort in order to capitalize their natural beauty that they have been gifted with, right? So these two sectors are the major economic sectors for Maldives. Right. If you see their trade policy, they have kept their trade open and they are seeking investment from the foreign players as well. So what they need is they need capital intensive investments, which India is doing, but apparently we need to do more in order to help Maldives also and in order to capitalize on our strengths as well. They need transfer of technology, and for that they, in fact, in order to ease out the investment, foreign investment, what they have done, they have given many rebates as well. Many relaxations have been given with respect to investment in Maldives. So now let's see Maldives and India's ties. So if we see the historical ties, see, historically we have been having ethnic, religion, and people to people demographic connect with the Maldives. So the very first thing was when Maldives got independence in 1965, India was the very first country to recognize it as a separate nation, and there they set up the diplomatic ties with each other, right? In 1980, as a result of this, India set up its High Residence Commissioner in Maldives, and as a return to it, in 2004, Maldives opened High Commissioner. So, in order to consider the importance of this step, we must realize that it was only fourth country. India was only the fourth country in the world in which Maldives set up its High Commission in 2004, right? So so far they have the relationship with Maldives have been good, and historically they have been flourishing, right? If you see, talk about the political ties, so they are having mutual visits, high level visits. Presidents and prime minister of countries are visiting each other countries since the inception of their diplomatic ties. But this ties, they saw a setback in 2017 and 18 per se, when there was a political turmoil in Maldives. So what happened at that time was the China presence was strengthened, right? And there were certain agreements which were signed that gave a setback to India's and Maldives relations, right? But eventually these setback saw a revival with the presidentship of Ibrahim Mohammed Soli in 2018 onwards, right? So the first step after he entered into his presidentship was that he amended those laws which were favoring China, and it bring India's on an equal footing, and thus they strengthen the diplomatic ties again. And in order to further strengthen this, we the Maldivian president visited for the very first time after his presidentship in the office to India only. His first visit was to India itself, right? Further, if you see, Maldives has an India's first policy, and we do also have a neighborhood first policy. And these two policies are on the same page, they coincide, their interests are similar. Thus, it is in resonance with each other, and we are building upon it. Now, we'll be looking forward to the commercial or economic ties, we must say, right? So if we see for the connectivity, a recently Great Malay Connectivity and Infrastructure project is taken up by India. It will be connecting Malay to Hilafushi link. Hilafushi Island. It's known as Malay to Hilafushi Link project. Basically, it will connect the four island of Maldives, which are Malay, Willingili, Gulifalu, and Hilafushi. Right. Another air connectivity project which was taken up was air service agreement. So during COVID times, when the air connectivity was null and void with respect to the other countries, there was a special corridor created between India and Maldives, and the traffic passenger increased in with respect to these two countries because of this service agreement, right? And in one of its historical step, what Maldives did was they have Maldivian, which is their national carrier. They allowed its services to Delhi also, and soon they'll be extending it to Hyderabad as well. Right. So if we see about their trade, their mutual trade. So what is happening? What is happening in trade front? India is one of the top trading partners of Maldives, right? There is no second thought about it. And if we see in the last 2 years, they have approximately had 28 dollar, 28 crores dollar trade, right? And the trade are ranging from various construction item to food items to services, etc., right? So in order to increase their trade in 2020, a cargo ferry connectivity was launched, which was connecting Maldives to the South Indian ports, right? And this has led to increase in trade and so affordable trade in goods and services. See, we all know that water trade is the cheapest, cheapest form of trade, because the cost is very less as compared to road and air um, routes for trading. So this has led to increased in trade between both the countries. Now coming to the tourism, uh, tourism, as we have seen earlier, is one of the most important sector for Maldivian economy because they rely on this sector a lot. So if you see, approximately in 2021, from January to October, approximately 98% of tourism was from India to Maldives, right? So they cater to 98% of tourists, and approximately 1 million tourists were there who visited Maldives, and out of that 98% from India. So the impact of Indian tourism is very high and thus they contribute to Maldives as well in terms of their economy in a huge manner, right? Now let's visit their socio-cultural ties. Say we all have been witnessing India Maldives ties during the time of COVID specifically, but in historical also we have helped them through hospital facilities, through medicines, through generic medicines, through disaster aids, etc., etc. With respect to their needs, whenever they were in need. So during COVID times, the very first step was India helped Maldives in evacuating their nationals from Wuhan when COVID hit Wuhan city of China, right? So that was the first thing that they did. Then with the Operation Sanjeevani, where they uplifted essential drugs, and they set up a rapid response team, which was mandated to improve the preparedness of the country in order to fight with COVID-19, right? Then, apart from that, vaccines, air bubble, and monetary aid were also given, and this is a continuous process which we have been doing as of now, right? Other helps are like they are helping in youth training also in order to tap on their demography, and sports and disaster we have always been aiding. So there the ties are very nice, but there is still a scope of improvement with respect to their ties, right? Now let us move to what are the common interest. See, why there is so much about India and Maldives cooperation, like why we are cooperating, because certainly have some common interest to tap upon, right? See, first of all, environment protection, as we have seen, island nation, it's an island nation, it's a coral island nation basically, and they are low lying. So as the climate change is increasing, the sea level is rising, and thus they are facing disasters. The intensity of cyclones have been increased, the chances of flood. So as environment protection, India is taking it very seriously and is taking step in that regard. Similarly, it is very important for Maldives also, in order to uh, protect environment. So they are on equal footing when they talk about environment protection. They are always on one side because both of the country have similar interests with respect to environment when it comes to environment, right? See, terrorism is one thing which is impacting not just us, not just India, but pan all over the world it is impacting. So again, they both are on same page when it comes to their fight against terrorism and when they demand for international peace, because terrorism not just impact the economy of one country or people of one country, it impacts its neighbors as well. Further, Maldives have been attacked by terrorists also. Recently, the attack on Mohammed Nasheed, their sitting president at that time, was attacked, and they claimed it to be a terrorist attack. So they both are together in their fight against terrorism, and they have been saying this on the international forums as well. Further, Maldives has also supported UN reforms which India and other nations have been demanding. It has supported the demand of G4 nation for expansion of Security Council of United Nations. right? Now, it has India and Maldives both have been campaigning about rule-based international order. So, if we see during the time of 76th presidency elections, India supported the Maldives candidate Abdullah Shahid for the president for being the president of United Nations General Assembly, and in return, the president also, when he got elected, acknowledged the support of India's for the presidency of hope. Right there, we are done with the present ties, but still there are some scope for improvement in their ties. First and foremost is we need to deliver what we have promised. See, India has always been, you know, accused of not completing its promises in time, not completing its infrastructure development in time. We have been known for pushing the deadlines of the final projects. So it is important that if we are committing something, we should complete that project in time, so that we can have an edge there and we can further improve our diplomatic ties. Further, there is also scope for improvement of trade. So at present, the trade is 28 crore dollars, right? So we can increase bilateral trade. Of, tourism is one sector, then human resource is one sector which we can tap upon and increase our presence in Maldives. So that's it for today. Thank you.